Hello everyone and welcome back to Wolfie Plays Escape from Tarkov patch 12.11. In this video it's a continuation from last week's video where I said that I found the MPX on the scav run. So this is that exact scav run. It's a tale of two people who basically have bad luck. I broke my legs and the guy I run into, well, he loses his face because I am still bleeding and I have no way to stop it, so we're in dire need of some heals, so the guy had to go. After this scav run, we basically jump back into trying to get on with the lower level PMC quests. So we go back to customs to try and get the rest of the scav kills. When we've done that, we move into the search mission on woods, and then we go back to customs to do the bronze pocket watch. So when I looted this scav, I found he also had a cultist knife as well, which I thought were really interesting. I don't know where he picked that up in the middle of the day on woods, but we took that and it sold for about 60k to one of the traders. So when we spawned in on customs, we spawned at the campfire, we moved over the road, and I moved just down the road's edge leading up to the side of construction by the bus stop. I looked back towards the bridge and seen this guy off in the distance. I took a few pop shots at his face, but ultimately couldn't kill him. He were only a Timmy and he ran off somewhere towards the crack house area. My shots were pretty poor here. It was like my first raid of the day. Just woke up after a small update following the first day of the wipe, so this was still pretty early on. My editing schedule's still a bit slow. We're working 5 days out of the week and then my hours been ever changing, so I'm only editing and doing the voiceovers when I can get it to suit my time, really. I have 2 videos already edited. I just need to do the second voiceover and that'll be scheduled to upload probably a few days after this one goes live, so stick around to watch that within the next week. So after scoping around outside the construction for a while waiting to see where the shots were coming from, I took a peek over to Stronghold from this hill. I'd seen this scav in here. I took a few shots when he'd gone like crouched. I figured it'd only be about 100 meters, and I seen the dust, so I figured I must have been hitting something that wasn't rendering in. A couple of seconds later, I'd scoped back to the same point after hearing shots, and I seen this PMC come walking up the stairs. I tried to shoot him in the face as he came up, but he just killed the scav and then went prone, so I couldn't even hit him. I took a wide angle around and got onto the top of the middle of construction on the new scaffolding build or whatever it is. I literally couldn't see anything or hear anything close by other than like a few shots, and it wasn't really too concerning to me, so I went to the left side of this, back down the stairs and up by the train tracks, and then slowly worked my way into the side door of Stronghold. When I moved in, we just pushed through the front door, and the moment I walked through I could hear someone moving about on wood, which you'll hear in just a second. It was only like 2 quick steps, but it were enough to make me cautious enough to want to stay
it's nothing.
pretty stealthy and try and see if this guy were real or not. After running around the whole top floor from the opposite side stairs, I've come to this side and learned that it were only just this scav being annoying. So I took some pop shots, basically switched my position to make sure that it was still there, and then shot him in the face. Now he had a level 4 armour that I picked up. We got pushed by another scav that spawned in after we took him out. I decided that we're just going to switch to this VPO that I picked up off the other scav, and eventually we hit him in the head. Now once I killed this scav, I scoped out the area for quite some time, maybe 5-10 minutes, and it just went completely silent. The whole map went deserted as out. So I took the time to go to Crack House, looted that, went around construction to check bodies, looted that, killed a few more scavs, and then eventually we walked on over to Old Gas once I'd looted all the scavs. We also picked up this 3M armour off one of them as well, which should be for the first supplier quest from Skier, I think it is. So that's a really good early find. I also think I took them, that lunchbox turned into Jaeger. So we ran into this player scav when I was moving to the Old Gas extract. I basically just mag dumped him and he missed. I hit a few shots and then I just quickly tapped him and he went down. The only useful thing he had was like a hunter scope, so I just basically ignored him. We ended in the debut for the 5 scavs, accepted search mission. We got checking for the bronze pocket watch, which is, like I say, what we'll be focusing on for the rest of this video. Now this was still pretty early wipe, I'm quite far in terms of this now. I just need to edit the content and put it up. I think I'm about level 12 now, which is far for someone who's casual, I guess. I know there's people out there like level 50 already. But we built up this AKM from the basic level 1 trader stuff and a scope that I found earlier on. We went back into woods to start doing the search mission. I went the usual route. I just ran straight up to Scab Mountain, scoped it out for a few moments. No one seemed to be around, so I crossed over to the other side and went up to bunker. I took out the sniper scav on the opposite side, came over and looted him. He had an SV98, which was quite useful. It's a good scope, and he had a bigger bag for me. After holding out for a few minutes and getting my stamina back, I jumped back over onto this rock after a mini fail and got into the position I pretty much love the most on this entire map, because you can see almost everything, and you're almost guaranteed to get either someone run up on you or you will see someone running past you. Just like in this next clip, so I'm scoping out. It's just got about an hour later in game. I was stood around there for about 5-10 minutes, seeing if I could see the boss or anything from the top. And this guy has come running up. So a nice crisp headshot. We took him out. I moved back over onto this side rock to make sure that he didn't have a friend. No one seemed to be following up, so I chucked all my loot into this rig. Chucked the rig and the gun on the floor so I could quickly run down, grab anything that he had and run back up. Although when I actually got there, it took me like a couple of minutes to search all his stuff anyway, because I was pretty confident that there was no one around to shoot me or anything like that. And we had some decent loot overall, and I really fucked up when I got out of this raid because he had that fuel conditioner and I sold it. And I really shouldn't have done, because you need 4, I think, for one of the starting quests. But once I grabbed everything that he got, I went back up and grabbed my gun and the rest of my loot. The slew were really useful that he had on him, because that was part of the quest we needed. Once I'd done that, it was straight over to USEC camp, get the first part of the quest done. We found this moonshine sitting on this box, which is about 130k to therapist, which is really good money for early wipe. Found this scope on one of the tables that I'd never seen before in game, so I decided to quickly throw that on to show you what it looks like. It's pretty decent, but I still think I preferred the one that we were using before, so I ultimately put that back on afterwards. After looting the rest of USEC camp, I moved over to the convoy, came back to the USEC camp, and then straight back to our skirts to extract. And that's search mission complete. We got some decent range kills on scavs there, nothing too fancy. After this, we literally just handed in most of the main quests that I'd done in that, so the search mission, and I think this completed therapist mission. We sold everything off there as well. Yeah, so the moonshine, 126k to therapist there, really good money. But like I say, I fucked up by selling that fuel conditioner, although it made me 40k, it wasn't really useful in the long run. So yeah, we finished this therapist slewer quest. We already had the gas analyzer from a scav run, so we handed that in at the same time, giving me a good boost in XP. Once we'd sorted out everything in the hideout from the rewards and in my stash, we jumped straight back into going on to the bronze pocket watch for checking. Yeah, so we spawned at Boiler Side. I looted around pretty much all these buildings, checked the stashes, checked the PCs in the back of the vans, and didn't really get any people coming over this side of the map, so it was pretty free. Once I'd looted around this side and made sure that it were all clear, and got pretty decent loot, and there's nothing really amazing to note, we went over to all gas. Started getting a few scav kills just for the XP. I really whiffed like quite a few shots here. I don't know why I didn't shoot that one close, but in the end we did kill them all. Threw this nade to push them out of this spot just so I could get another re-peek on, and that's what led me to kill this first scav at this distance in a second. Still some really bad shooting for me though. This was like the first fully automatic gun that I'd used this wipe, and I kept double clicking and firing 2 shots in one go on full auto. Like that. So the thing about generic AI scavs is, even if their AI is bad, and they do miss shots some of the time, me walking out like that is a death sentence. This is why I repositioned down here real quickly and shoot from somewhere else, because this scav was not moving, so I shot him from down here just quickly. So he's now looking down there, I come back up, and it allows me to get this clean shot, just right here. You always want to try and move into different covers as much as possible when going against AI, because they'll miss for so many shots and then they'll just clap you. Depending on what they're using and how far away they are. So we come around, got this third scav here. He wasn't too much of a hassle. We looted up basically what they had. It wasn't anything exciting. And then we followed the edge of the factory buildings round to the front of construction, ran down the blue fence line here and got into construction just under the sniper scav building. Now the sniper scav on top of this building was actually still alive, so when I get over this fence and regain my stamina, I threw a nade up onto the roof when I started pushing in to ensure that I could get to the pocket watch without being shot in the head by him, because he's a right bastard sometimes. The only thing I really fucked up on when doing this whole part, because I'd not seen a PMC up until this point, was when I was clearing this area. So I pushed back the sniper scav, which was good. I'd come through these big tanker sections, I'd checked all the corners. I should have realistically checked behind this tanker that were in front of me, but not many people hide behind there. But when I came through here, this is my major fuck up. I noticed the door was open and I ran straight to it. I should have checked my right there where I'd flicked her and checked behind them blue containers, because anyone could have just been ratting in the moment I touched his watch. It would have been a free headshot for him. So always make sure you're checking behind there. Once I got past this though, I'd checked on top of here and seen someone running from campfire across the bridge to where I'm running to now. I'd come through and I'd completely lost visual on him, so I figured he must have ran either across the water or continued along the road to my left. Turns out he was literally still just on the road above me, and it was definitely a player scav. He was moving so weird that I don't know if he'd just spawned in super close by and he didn't know the map or what, but he did have a pilgrim on him, and I really wanted it, and I'd seen it as soon as I'd seen him when I moved position in a second on top of the hill. When I do finally move, I see him just on the top of the road by the van. And when I see him, I'm like, oh, he's got a big bag. I really want that big bag. So I take a shot, and because of the new mechanic of the accuracy of the bullet, I missed the headshot, even though I were aiming dead at him. So I kept spamming a few shots. I made him bleed a little. He pushes down closest towards me, following this like little edge of the wall. And we basically just sat here for like 5 minutes now, both of us, either the side of the wall. I cut it down just to make it a little bit easier, but basically I walked all the way along the top edge of the hill, scoping along the top of the bushes to see if I could see him through it, and now he's directly opposite side of the wall. Right there, I enhanced the audio so you could hear him prone on the floor. He is literally to my right on the floor, and I'm like, how can I possibly push this guy where he will not just instantaneously shoot me in the face when I walk out? So I'm like, I'll quickly check my mag, and I'm sure there's a way that I can either jump over this wall or run round the back. So that's exactly what I do. And I'm pretty sure this guy, he must have crapped himself when I ran round, because he was so unaware. Like, he only got like halfway through the turn after I'd shot him. It's so brilliant. I'm just like, oh, I can get round. And yeah, seen a little bit about it, and I just unloaded. I heard him scream. I'm like, yep, you're definitely dead. And that fact was confirmed when I ran up close and seen all the blood sprayed onto the wall. Dude was definitely dead. I pushed in quite fast anyway, just in case. Check my surroundings real quick. I should have checked the wall immediately behind me to make sure no one else was ratting, but I were almost certain it was just the one. So I grabbed his gun, grabbed all of his ammo because I'd basically just wasted all mine, and he had the same gun. Grabbed his bag, which we'll need for a later quest, and then we got the hell out of there by running to Crossroads. So we got the shootout picnic quest now, 15 scavs on woods, which took me way longer than it fucking should have done to get done. We picked up our jump box from Therapist, which you can now buy at level 1 for $1 mil, which I already had the money for, so I thought that's way better, I'm definitely getting that. And then we basically kitted myself out ready for the next quest, organised everything to suit, and we got the TOS from me scav run as well, which I handed in for supplier, and that finished off that quest. But with that, that makes it the end of this video, and until the next one where we continue shootout picnic, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.